Hello coders! Hope everybody's doing well. Let me just see if I can adjust the old Logitech camera settings. I totally forgot to do this. Off auto, and then take this down to PAL 50 Hertz. There we go. Shouldn't have any flicker now. Woo! Hello CS Gaming. Hope you're doing well. Today we're going to crack on and move a little bit further into this project, the How to Code Well website, the new website that we're building. And I want to be playing around with the course enrollment side. So we're going to tackle some tests, we're going to tackle some APIs, we're going to tackle all sorts of bits and pieces today. And if I go to that one here, for some reason my Stream Deck decided to not work earlier, so hopefully it's going to be okay. Okay, so we got the command lines, blah blah blah, and on this tab here we should have the backlog. These are all of the tasks that I need to happen, and as you can see I've been creating more as we go. I'm doing fine, thank you CS Gaming. I hope you're doing well too. So as you can see, there's a lot of issues here, and obviously this will grow and change. Phase 2 is post-live. Phase 1, we have Stripe, course enrollment, forgotten password, user plus course, that's kind of like a catch-all thing, account, my security section, account my profile section, featured courses, and a little bit of DevOps, plus 60 issues that I haven't allocated yet. So I've done a fair amount of work with the Stripe integration already, and there's a lot that I need to do still. Stripe is one of these. It's a payment gateway. And payment gateways are just complicated. But I want to be working on some of the course enrollment stuff. So if we have a look down here, so create a course enrollment page. Now this is going to be a page when you go to, whoops, not that one, this one. So when you click on one of these courses, I would like to have a page that tells you about the course and then, offers you the ability to enroll in it. At the moment, if you click on that, it's going to get you to the pricing page. And so what I would like, ideally, is a page in between, because let's be straight here. Just clicking on an image and saying that it's Docker for beginners and it's got 11 tutorials and it's 2 hours and 5 minutes and 14 seconds long doesn't really give you any kind of indication as to any kind of description. It doesn't explain what this is. So I would like to have a page in between where there's a button and you click enroll, and then it gets to this point here. So that's kind of the flow. So there is a fair amount, we'll talk about the code coverage later on. There's a fair amount of tasks that I want to do. So create an enrollment page, create a button to enroll, change the course link to go to enrollment page. So this is the link as I just showed you. So clicking on that should take you to the enrollment page. And then make an API request to enroll the user to the course. Show disabled enrolled button if the user has already enrolled in it. List the enrolled courses in the My Course page. So this section here, if I log in, like so, and can you see I've got little funky little refresh icons going on here. Okay, so I probably haven't shown you this. This is something I did the other evening as well. So this is the dashboard. I would like to have a list of all the courses that you've enrolled down here, and also when you click onto My Courses on this page as well. So that's what this task is all about. List the enrolled courses in the My Courses page. List the enrolled courses in the user dashboard, so those two sections there. Course page should check if the user has already enrolled. If not, the user should be redirected to the enrollment page. Yes. So that's a little bit of jiggery poke there. Create an API endpoint to enroll the user onto a course. I think that might be a duplicated task. Create an API endpoint to get the enrolled courses of a user. Yes. Add enrolled courses to the user API endpoint. So this is when you log in. I would like to populate the API response with those courses and update local storage to hold enrolled courses as well. Yeah, so there's a fair amount to do here. Fair amount to do, as well as the Stripe stuff, and I've also started creating stuff for the forgotten password, the account sections, and the my profile sections. So yeah, there's loads to still do. Hey, Mr. DB303. Yes, things are going well. Thank you very much. I hope you're doing well too. Thank you very much for joining tonight. I have in my hand a very nice cold gin. Cheers, everybody. Yum. So this is kind of my wind down period of the evening. Good. I'm glad you're doing well. So, before I get involved in this, what I would like to do is run the tests first up. So, we're going to do make tests like so. And obviously, this does more than just run the unit tests. It's doing PHP CBF. It's also going to be doing PHP MD for mess detection, PHP Stan on level 8. And then it's going to validate the doctrine schemas and then just go through slowly with the stuff. CSW Gaming is asking, how far have you gotten with the web? How do you mean? Not sure what you mean there. This project, do you mean? There's still a fair amount to do. This isn't all the tasks, and I've got basically a bucket of backlog to go through as well. So the pressure is still on. And it will be on for many, many months, until the end of the year, I think. This here is the code coverage for the entities. This is what I was looking at earlier on after dinner. And here we have, it's basically like running all the unit tests and analyzing how much code they actually touch. So you can see there's a fair amount of stuff that still hasn't been touched. We have something in the region of 196 or something like that tests. We'll check that as it goes. So it's doing 33 API tests at the moment. Yeah, I want to have a look at the entities that would touch upon the enrollment and then see if I can test those a little bit better. So obviously we've got the course. Now that's at 83%. So we'll click into that and see what is missing. So reorder tutorials is not being touched by a test. Get image, set image, get packages. That's okay, although the packages probably could do with a test, to be honest. Yeah, we'll test those. And then we have the course registration, which definitely needs testing because this is the whole enrollment piece. So that's all tested. That needs to be checked. This needs to be done as well. Okay. So they are accessor methods, but they still need to have a test to back them up, I think. So CS Gaming saying, like, how much have you done in terms of the web? I still am unsure of your question. So, I've been a developer for nearly 2 decades, so I've done a lot, but there's far more on the web that I haven't touched than the stuff that I have touched, if that makes sense. Because the internet, the web development is just constantly growing and evolving, and you can't keep up with it. But I guess to answer your overall question, I've been doing it since school, web development. I don't really know anything else. Okay, so let's write some tests to back these up. That's probably going to be a good start whilst this goes down the API tests and stuff. So we're going to load up PHP Storm. And this is the front end. I don't want that. I want the back end. So let's go to the API. Here we go. Okay, so I was playing around with code coverage earlier. Hence what you can see with the with that. That's what the code coverage does for codeception. But we want to be testing these entities, don't we? We want to be testing the unit tests, and the one I want to focus on first up is the package. Now that was in the course, I believe. Let me just double check that. It's over in Safari land, and it's in course. Scroll to the bottom there is the get and set of the packages and the add package. So these three really need to be tested for this, because this is me adding a package, like a payment plan, if you will, to a course. So let's take a look at course test. Let's do a Control F and look for the word package. I probably don't have anything in there. No. Okay, fine. So let me see. So this is checking the how the entities hang together, really. Let's grab this one and just paste it in the middle here. And this one here is going to be called test set package. Course entity there, that's fine. So we want to instantiate a new course, but I think we also need to instantiate a package. Package equals new, I'm guessing it's called package. Yes, it is. So this is going to be add package. Okay. And then when we instantiate the course, let's get rid of that for a minute. We should be able to do course add package, and we should supply the package like so, which means that if I was to do this course get package, packages, okay, get packages, that should be an array collection, I should say, of that package. So let's do package set name. Is there name? Set course, set creation, set active, set internal name. The internal name of that package we're going to set as monthly, like so. And what I would like to do is say get packages, whoops, get, the key is 0, and then it's going to be get internal name. So this should get the first package that I've supplied, and the name of the internal name should be monthly. What we'll do, just to test this in isolation, is we'll put this to a group, such as this, and this group is going to be called entity course add package, like so. So it's going to test the fact that we can add the package to the course, and it's going to make sure that when we call get packages getting the internal name, that is going to be exactly the same. That's the expected result. So let's grab that for a second. Let's see how far these tests have gone through. Oh, they finished. Let's scroll up to the top here. Okay, so yeah, 195 tests, 366 assertions. So these are all the things that are already tested. So as this project goes through, evolves, I would like to keep my tests up. I think that there isn't enough, or anyway, at the moment there's only 195, which is a bit appalling, to be honest. So yeah, I want to keep doing this. So we're going to focus on this one here, and we can do that by running. Well, we need to actually go into the Docker container, don't we? So we need to do bash like so, and then we do bin codeception, there we go, run unit -g, because we want to run it by the group of entity course add package. Let's run that, and that has passed. So this is making sure that the package can run. Now, if I was to do this in this terminal here, if I was to do make test unit with coverage, hopefully that was the command that I put in earlier, hopefully this will now give me a code coverage report. So that's only doing the unit tests, hence there's only 159 tests there, because the others were integration and API tests. But hopefully now, if I was to refresh this, we should see that some of these have been covered. So let's refresh. There we go. We can see that the get packages and the add package has been covered. Let's do the set packages section. So let's do another test up here, and we'll bung that down there like so. So this is set packages. So this is test set packages. All right. So I'm going to have to create more than one package. So let's do package 1, and let's do all of them. So we've got package. Package is free. Package is monthly. That's 2. And then the next one is going to be the yearly package. Package is yearly. This is how I am going to differentiate between whether a course is free or whether it's free and premium, i.e. monthly or yearly, that kind of thing. Or if it's just premium and it's only available for monthly and yearly customers. So instead of add package, we need to do set packages. Now this is going to be an array of the packages. So package 1, package 2, package 3, like so. And then what we're going to do is I suppose we could do this, couldn't we? We could copy that and we could say, well, that's the first one, that's the second one, and that's the third one. This one being free, this one being monthly, this one being yearly. I guess we could do that. And we need to increment these indexes. So that's 0, this will be 1, and then this will be 2. So let's save that, and let's run the make test unit coverage jobby again, and hopefully we would have covered that off. Okay, so let's refresh this page, and hopefully now, boom, we've got the set packages. Let me just have a look and see at the code. Okay, so if this is false, then we set the course to that. Okay, so it's already setting the course. That's good. That's good. So I don't need to check that. Fine. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to worry about the image too much. It's not really what I'm focusing on at the moment. Okay, so let's go back to this. And let's just refresh that a minute. Okay, so it's not anything to do with external courses. It's nothing to do with featured courses. Okay, it's going to be something to do with... I'm looking for course registration. Here we go, course registration. So I would like to get these tested as much as possible. We've got get course view and set course views. So this is after you've registered into a course. This is the amount of times you've viewed that course. Alright, so you can see the setup of the database there, and fine. If we scroll down, so we got get course views and set course views. Again, very simple getters and setters, but let's just make sure that there is something against them. That would be good. Of course, this is helping with the fact that if I was to upgrade this, maybe upgrade the version of Codeception, or Symfony even, or just a general version upgrade of PHP, I'm making sure that I'm testing different corners of the code. So what I want to do is, where am I? Course, not that one. Course register test. Here we go. So this is registration of the course. So set active, course registration. Let me just check the code there. I just want to make sure that when we instantiate this entity, what happens? I don't think I've got a constructor on here. Okay, never mind. No worries. Let's just see if we can deal with the course view, shall we? So, paste that in there. This is course registration, and then set course views. Set course views. Now you don't have to do this, of course. This is just my convention. I like to make sure that I can group all these things together. Course views with an S. Okay, so we're going to instantiate a new course registration. We're also going to instantiate a course view, I think. So course view is equal to new course view, like so. And I guess what we need to do is set the course view. There's set course views. This is a bit confusing. Why would you... And then that goes to course view. Is that right? I'm going to have to look and see how that hangs together. Course view. Is there one course view per user? Add to counter. Yes, there is. There's a get counter. Okay, so we're going to do... Is there an increment counter? Yes. So we're going to increment that once. We're going to increment that twice. Excellent. And then we're going to do set course views on here. And I'm just going to steal that one over there. Push it down here. Copy that in there. And then we're going to do assert. And what am I looking for? It's an integer, isn't it? Assert. Let's do same. So this is checking both data types as well as the value. And because we've incremented it twice, we should have 2. And this is going to be entity get course views get counter. Okay, so not only are we testing the fact that we're setting it to the course registration, but we're making sure that we can actually run the increment as well. So let's hit save and let's grab that again. In this terminal over here, we can now properly directly attack that specific one. So press enter on here. So that's only doing one test, and that seems to have passed, which it has done. So let's run the make coverage again, rinse and repeat, and that's good. So let's go over here. Let's refresh this. Boom, that's now 100%. Brilliant. Okay, good. So what else will the course enrollment touch? So it will touch, obviously, course registration. We've already dealt with the course view that's on the course registration. However, there are some bits in here that could be tested. This is about getting the user and setting the user, getting the course, setting the course, yada, yada, yada. Add to counter. It's not massive right now, to be honest. It's something to do on a rainy day, I think. Again, with course external and course featured, we're not going to worry about those. Although, why is that NA not applicable? Why? I don't actually have any methods on that one. That's a bit weird. Is that because I half created that? Probably. Anywho, let's just make sure that everything else works as expected. I'm just going to run the whole make tests thing again and just see make tests. And as that goes through its motions, we're going to go and have a look at the backlog here. So create an enrollment page. I want to do the back end first, really, to be honest, rather than the front end, because I find that's better if I do the back end first, because I get a sense of how the data is going to hang together, and then that gives me a direction as to how to display that data. Other people might be doing it differently, but I find that if I did the front end first, then I would just get so locked up in the whole flow of creativity stuff. I'm not a web designer at all, and I'll be probably spending hours trying to move buttons left and right, whereas what I should be doing is spending hours making sure that the data actually works. Better people than me can make user interfaces. So, course link to go to enrollment page. We're not going to worry about that. That's front end. Can I do a label on here? Can I change this to be both MVP and also API? Maybe even database. Have I actually... Here we go. That's calmed down now. Oh no, that hasn't actually changed those filters. Brilliant. Oh well, never mind. This one's pretty important. Send an API request to enroll the user to a course. There we go. That's probably what I should start with. And then create API endpoints to enroll user to a course, get enrolled courses of a user, and then add enrolled courses to the API endpoint. This one I think I've already kind of done. I have a suspicion. Let me have a little look. Let's go over to the controllers. Let's go down to the API, probably in course. Yeah, here we go. We got the enroll. So it takes the ID of the course, goes ID of course, and then enroll. That is the ID. It's a UUID. And let's have a look. Check if the user has already enrolled in this course. Has enrolled. Course registration has enrolled. You have already enrolled in this course. And then there's a check down here. Check if the user has the correct subscription plan for this course. So course, is this about the package that I was dealing with? Let's have a look at that. Let's do has correct plan. Let's click into that. So this is doing a query. Oh, there's lots of stuff that we can test here. So get a subscription plan. User get subscription plan. Course subscription plan package. Yeah, it's the package. Where subscription plan, which is this one, and that's on P. P is the package. So this is constructing the database query. And then here we've got a result. Get one or null. And then a result, true or false. So this is actually going to just return a Boolean, which it does. All right. Okay. Have I tested this? That's the first question. So let me take a look. Let's go to, because that's a meaty query here. Let's see. Let's go to, it would be an integration test, database. No, I don't think so. Only the user, we got to find by user by ID. No, we don't. I guess that's the first thing I would like to do is get a database test going off of the back of this. Now, for that to happen, I'm going to need to have a look at, I'm going to have a look at my data fixtures and go to the user fixture here. And have a look at these things. So subscription plan is free. Okay, so we are tying them up. But are we enrolling anybody into a specific course? Course enrollment, yes we are. So course free user is enrolled in course Docker for beginners, I suppose. Let's have a step through this. Enrollment, course registration, if blah blah blah, course, set course, yeah. Set courses to active, and then that's true. Yes, I think we do. Set enrollment. Is this course registration? Yes, it is. Okay, all right, cool, all right, okay. So there is a user already, a free test user 1 already enrolled in this one. So this happens when the database gets populated. So we should be able to use this as a test. Okay, let's do some database testing. So let's do course in, now I can never remember, is it a double L or not? Enrollment, course enrollment, test. Course enrollment test. Okay, so this is going to test user has enrolled in course, and that's probably not a right spelling of that. Typo and rename to enrolled double L. There we go. Cool. So can we get the ID of that user? That would be a good start. I've manually put in these IDs. The one that we were looking at, actually, let's do that by username. Let's have a look. It is in course enrollment. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so let's have a look at the user fixtures. Let's copy and paste. There should be... Oh no, you knew. Hang on a minute, that's a bit weird. How have I managed to enroll a user to a course that doesn't exist? Let me step through this a minute. So we've got we've got the user. User is get reference enrollment for each enrollment courses. So for each, hang on, what's enrollment data? Enrollment data is this data, which is this. So for each courses, All right. This get reference. Enrollment. If user is an instance of user. Set user. I bet there isn't any users enrolled. Because I don't think that username is correct. Let me just test my suspicions. Let's bring out a new tab here, and let's get into the database. We can get rid of this one for now. That's the front end. We'll have to evaluate the shell to get into the Docker machine. Let's jump into here, and what I want to do is Control R for a reverse search, go into MySQL, and use no, that's not the right one, is it? It's API. I think that's the right. Is it API underscore DB? I don't know. I've been working on so many databases today. There we go. Okay. What am I looking for? I'm looking for show tables. It's something like course registration, I believe. Course registration. Select all from course registration. Oh, there is one. Okay, fine. Select. I'm blown away by that. Select user. No. Think about this. Yeah. Select user ID from course registration. Okay, there we go. So that's the user ID. And let's see if that is a thing. There we go. It is free test user. Maybe I just didn't. It's that email address. But hang on, wait, I'm so confused. That's a different email address. What's going on? That is a totally different email address to this one. Oh, is it? Oh, is it something to do with that as the reference? Oh, wait. When the thing is, when you run Doctorin, and you add the references, you can put in prefixes. So the prefix of this would be here, get reference, enrollment user, right? So that is going to get the reference point of this user, and I bet any money that is prefixed with user underscore. If I go to the user fixtures, scroll to the bottom where it says something like add reference, let's get reference. There should be one at the bottom here. Yes, it is user underscore. I thought so. Oh well, never mind. So I wasn't going mad. It was in there. Anyway, back to what we want to do. Is we want to write a test for this. So we have that's the email. I want to get the ID, which I have here. So we do user ID is equal to that user. Whoa, let's put in some quotes. There we go. And what I would like to do is run, if I can, I would like to run that specific test, which it will run it was in repository, wasn't it? It was in course registration. It was it? Or was it in the manager? Course registration manager. Here we go. It was in the manager. So I want to test the manager. Has correct plan. Oh, has enrolled. Has correct plan. So hang on a minute. There's quite a lot of things that I could test here. Looks like it's going to be a long one. Okay. All right. So I need to instantiate the course registration manager, and whilst injecting the dependency, the entity manager, and then I need to run has enrolled. Fun. Okay, let's see if that works. Working in Rails and watching this is making me long for Symfony. Oh gosh, I haven't done any Ruby in ages. Wow. I never really did anything like this in Ruby, But I can just remember when I was doing Ruby, it was just such an enjoyable language to use. But I was using it for things like just running, commands, console scripts, that kind of stuff, where I had to do some string manipulation and various bits and pieces to do with like spreadsheets and stuff like that. I could have used Python, of course, but they were using Ruby at the time. Yeah, it's a nice declarative. Yeah. Cool. So it's that one, isn't it? Has enrolled. Okay, so yeah, there's a couple of things I need to do. Instantiate the course registration manager, inject the entity manager interface. Fingers crossed I can do all those things in a test such as this. Not that one. Not that one either. Wherever the file's gone. Here. So let's do manager is equal to a new course registration manager, like so. And now we're going to have to get that. The entity manager interface. This may require a little bit of Googling. Is there a get or grab service? Grab. Or is it on the tester? Maybe tester. Grab. Yeah, grab attribute from. Is there a grab service? There is. Sweet. Can I get doctrine? Oh, I can. And can I get the entity manager? I have a suspicion I've done this before somewhere. Let me see if I can just do a search for grab service somewhere. I reckon I've done this before. Grab service, functional, yes, I'm sure I have. Here we go, scenario, run step. That's the unit tester actions, not really. What customer bridge, there we go. Yeah, I thought I had done this for the Stripe integration. So grab a service, doctrine, and then down here, I think what I did was pass that in, and then get manager. There we go, get manager, entity manager. Okay, let's copy that for a minute. Bung that into there. So that's a small d. Yeah, and this is get manager. So it's just like that. Sweet. So let's bung that up there. Let's grab that. So what I'm doing, this is an integration test. It's not a unit test, it's an integration test. I'm testing the integration of the database based on this particular call. So this is going to be a slow test, but I'm up for that, that's fine. Okay, so I've got the user ID here, we've got the user manager, the entity manager, sorry. So this manager goes down here and we inject this into there, like so. And then what we do is we say manager has enrolled, and we need to pass in the course and the user itself. So there's a couple of things that we need to do. First of all, we need to find that user, and we also need to find a course. So we're going to do course ID is equal to some ID, and if I go back to the fixtures, course enrollment fixture here, there we go, Docker for beginners. I need to find the ID that represents this reference. So I think I should just be able to go to course fixture. I've hard-coded these IDs for just testing purposes. Obviously, these aren't going to be the IDs that are live at all, but this is just testing. So there we go. There's the course ID. That's the user ID. Now I need to get those represented entities, again through the entity manager. You know what, I could probably just do this. Entity manager, get repository, here we go, user entity, there we go, user entity class, and then there's probably a find. Yes, there is, find ID, passing in the ID. That should return, whoopsie, the user in question. So let's do yours are. And also let's do the same thing, this time for the course, passing in the course ID. Change that to be course, and change that to be course. Now, let's grab that and put that in. What's the first argument? It's the course is the argument, and then, whoops, sorry, there we go, and then the user. Now this is going to return a Boolean, apparently. Whoops, paste it in. There we go, good. Has enrolled. So yeah, it's going to return a Boolean. So let's just put in a variable called enrolled equals this. Now this we're going to get rid of, and we're just going to do a simple assertion. So whoops, there we go. This assert. This is just going to be assert true. There we go. Enrolled. Okay, let me tidy this up. Control L, boom, there we go. Okay, so hopefully that's done it. Again, what I'm going to do is put in a group here. We're going to call this group repository / hyphen, and this is course enroll. Yeah, course enrollment has enrolled. All right, let's grab that. Now this is an integration test, which means that I can't run this script. I need to come out of this, get rid of all of this stuff, and then do run integration -G, and we're going to run that. Fingers crossed that's gone through. Yeah, there we go. Course enrollment test has enrolled in the course. That returns true. There we go. Let's test it the other way, shall we? So this is testing that it's actually going to return false when a course does exist, but the user hasn't enrolled. So user has not enrolled. Has not. Okay, so again, we're going to use that user, but this time we're going to find a course ID that this user hasn't enrolled in. So let's go to, what am I looking for? Course enrollment fixture. There's only one here, so I can basically just pick any kind of ID that I choose. What am I looking for? Course fixtures, there we go. So these are the IDs. So you've already enrolled in this one, and this one here is going to be Docker machine. So I haven't enrolled in this one. So this is just me making sure that the other side of this works. So we'll paste that in. There's a little bit of, well, there's quite a lot of duplication here. To be fair, let me just, let me run this first, and then I'll tidy up the test. So let's run has, well, I'll just delete the whole thing, I think, just for speed. There we go, has not enrolled. So this should fail. That's correct, because I was testing true. I want to now test false. So that should pass. Good stuff. Let's run them together. Let's just do this. Well, I'm going to put a group on both of them. Group repository course enrollment, because I'm hoping that there's going to be more tests like this in the future, and I would like to group them by their respected repository. So let's just run them both together. Course enrollment. There's two tests, and they should all both pass. They do. Marvelous stuff. Good. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'll try and grab some on my gin. Good. Now let's tidy this up, because there's a lot of duplication going on here. All that's changed is the ID. Now there is something I could use, which is the data provider. However, I need to remember it is a unit test, so it's a unit test, but it's an integration test. However, I mean, it just extends unit. I'm sure I've done data providers before. Let me just see. It is yeah. So let me just see. Do I have data pro? No. Data pro? No. Pro? No. Provide? No. I'm sure I have done data providers before. Oh, I'm looking in the entities. Sorry, I need to be looking in the actual tests. Beg my pardon. That was wrong, wasn't it? Data provider. Here we go, entity providers. Yeah. So what you do is you create a little method here called entity provider, or whatever you want to call it, to be honest, but it has all of the various different types of tests or the data that you want to provide to the test, which is perfect for this. So let's copy that, go over to here, and let's just paste that in. So it needs to return an array. And this is going to be the user and the ID. And the course. Okay. And I suppose what we could do is also return the result, which is in this case true, because the next one is going to be false. So the user is going to be here, right? So it's going to be the user ID. In both cases. Let's just grab that, put that in there, and same with the result as well, which will be false. There we go. And the course now. So let's go to the first one. Grab that, put that into here. And the second one, the one that needs to return false. Whoopsie. Copy that. And put that into there. There we go. Okay, so that's going to provide the data as well as the result. So let me go back to that and just double check how I managed to do it. Oh, is that a different provider? Invalid data provider. It's the same sort of mechanism. Okay. So yeah, you need to put in @data provider. So let's get rid of one of these tests. There we go. Get rid of that. So this has enrolled in course, and it's going to be, we're going to pass in a data provider. The data provider is called entity provider. I should really call it entity ID provider, because it is the ID that we are providing of these entities. That would be probably a good thing. We have to tally it up to the actual function name. And I think, do we need to pass that in as a parameter? I can't remember. I think we do. Let me just have another look. Yes, it's an array of data. Gotcha. So an array of data like so. And we'll also just tidy up the comments for a minute. Now, what we'll do, let's just comment that for my own sanity's sake. User ID should now be data user. Fingers crossed, right? And the course ID, whoopsie, sorry, magic mouse, getting too over clever, should be data, and this should be course. Okay, now we should also have a result, right? Result, which should be data result. Now that's going to be true or false. So this here needs to be assert same because we can't now do true or false because it depends. So assert same result of here. Okay, let me now. Fingers crossed this has worked. All right. So what was the group? It was has enrolled group. There we go. So that now should mean that we only have. Well, I'll just run that. To be honest, it's going to run all the tests, which should only be one. Yes. Yes, that worked. That has enrolled. Has worked. Huh. There we go. I'm surprised at that. Let me just double check that has worked. Let's change this to be true because we know that this should now be a failing test. Let's see if that has. There's a problem. There's a problem. Whoa. Course ID, course. There's a problem there. I'm glad I checked that. That's not good. I think what I'm going to quickly do is just print this out to the screen, dump data for a second, just so I can see what data actually looks like. Oh, well, that's not good. I think there's a flag for debug. There we go. Let's just make this a wee bit bigger because I can't see. Here we go. So connecting to the database, yada yada yada, then doing the finish jobby. I would like to see the debug. There must be a way of doing this. I think there's a different. Is there a different code set debug? Yes, there is. Yeah, there is. I thought I could just var dump it, but I think I need to pass in the special. There we go. Of course, let's change to an integer. And it only seems to be doing one of them, which is a bit weird. Why is it only doing one of them? That's a bit strange. Why is it only doing one of them? Let me compare this one to another test with a data provider in. Let me just search for that on here for a second. Entity provider, example, get relationship. Here we go, entity. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Yep, fine. Username active, true. User, instantiate that. Get the asset of this. Attributes. Example username, email. It seems to be set up in the same way. That's so confusing. It's like it's not getting to that. It's not seeing that there is another array. I'm gonna just try something which is a bit crazy, but I'm gonna just sort of nest the array out again. I don't think this is gonna work, but let me just try it. Oh, hello. Okay, so it has put in one, but the thing is that I would have thought that that would have been in for each one rather than one single job. Yeah, so I don't think that that is correct. So we will get rid of that. That should say 2, I think. Anyway, that has obviously worked because that is true. If I was to set that to false, we should get a failure. But my concern is it's just skipping over, so this should fail. Yeah, it does fail. My concern is that it's only doing one of them, and the data providers are supposed to allow you to put in an array of multiple things, and it should be aware of that and then run each of these tests with the particular data. So I'm really confused. I mean, I could, to get around this, which is a bit of a dirty hack, but I could actually put in, oops, no. I could actually put in the nested array again, and then loop through it. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? I thought that was the whole point of the data providers. So what I'm saying here is that data is now an array, and we're looping through it. No, this is horrible. Let's not do that. That's not right. Let's go to the documentation rather than hacking it. RTFM and all that. All right, let's go to data provider for PHP unit. Yeah, so this is an array of sets. Name, company, and email. And so this is saying we're putting in the form input based on this client jobby. Yeah. I was just under the impression that you could put in an array of arrays and it would know that, and it would know to run the test again with the next set. Let's do that with multiple. Can PHP unit use multiple data no, I don't want to use multiple data providers. I want to use array of multiple tests. That would be nice. Writing PHP unit. Can PHP use? No, that's not what I want. Using data providers in PHP to test multiple data sets. Yes. Yeah. Okay, test A, test B, test expected. Test A, test B. Now test expected. Huh. Right. Maybe I'm going about this all wrong. So, the result is the expected result. That is the data set. So maybe, just maybe, I need to nest that out. Right? Oops. It might look a bit confusing, but I think I know what I need. Hopefully. Because it's an array of arrays. Let's run that again. And we're still outputting the stuff, so we should now get an array. However, there seems to be only one ever test being ran. One, two. If we were to follow this, because we have three values. We've got the user ID, we've got the course ID, and then we've got the expected value. So it is essentially like this. We've just tried to be clever and put some associative keys in, which technically I don't think, based on that example, we don't need to do. So I tell you what, I'm going to just Control Z this to this point here, and I'm going to then grab that, and we're just going to put this over here, and in a nice little comment, just so I don't forget it. Okay, let's follow this example. So we've got the first array, which is this one here. Let's get rid of all this. Okay, so then we have 1, 2. And in here, we have the user ID, which is this bad boy, which, oops, it's a string. We also have the user ID. Oh, sorry, this is why I was using associative keys. This is the user ID, this is the course ID, and then this becomes the expected result, which is true. So let's just do 1, for instance. And then this one here is going to be the next one. So we're just going to copy that and put that into there for a second. This change is going to be the course ID, which is, nope, it's this one. And that's going to be 0 because it's going to be false. So I will cast them to the relevant bits and pieces. But essentially, I think that's what we need to do. So this, therefore, becomes not an array, but this becomes user ID. This becomes course ID. And this becomes expected. Right, so let's comment that out for a second. Let's get rid of all of this because we've already passed that up. Let's comment that out too. So we've already passed these in. So let's tidy up the dot blocks. This should be a string. This should also be a string. And this should also be, well, it's an integer. So string, and int. So expected is going to be, we're going to cast that to a boolean, which is expected. All right, let's see, has that done anything? There we go. Now it's done the 2 tests. Gotcha. Let's see if I was to set one of these to be 1. So we know that this should be 0 because it's false. So let's just set that to be 1. So this should fail. It's always good to test that you've got your tests failing properly, which it is. Wonderful. Good. So let's put that back to 0. Great stuff. Good. Whew. Glad I sorted that out. Gosh, Feel like a noob. But it means that now I can put in users and courses and just check their, enrollment statuses and such and such. It also means that I don't have to duplicate that whole test just for that change. Sweet. Cool. Again, I want to just run make tests again. Just keep this going. Make tests. What's going on here? Cannot declare class. Use a test because then already. Is this because I've been changing the classes as I've been going? Anyway, I'll just run that. Right. Okay. So let's let it run through all of the random stuff. Unfortunately, I've only got code coverage working on the unit tests, not the integration tests, sadly. Anyway, we can get rid of that. Let's take a look at the other areas of this piece of code, which is the manager for the course registration, because we've done one thing, which is the has enrolled, but there's another one which is has correct plan. Again, returning a boolean, passing in the user and the course again, so we could effectively use the same what am I trying to say? The same data provider if we wanted to. So what is this doing that this isn't? Course registration, CR. Joining the course, joining the user, where CR course and CR user are these. So what's this doing? Okay, so this is on the package. So where P course is course. So this is against the package now. So that really should be called package rather than plan. The only thing, okay, yeah, that's just naming things, which is very difficult in programming. Okay, course, subscription plan, P active is active, passing in all of this stuff. Okay, so yeah, we do need to test this. Let's do so. This is merrily going to go through all those tests, and it's probably going to fail on the test that I'm just about to write, but so we're going to grab that, paste that underneath, and this one is going to be called has what was it called? What was it called? What did I call it? Think. It was a manager. It was a manager I'm testing. It was course registration manager. Has correct plan. There we go. I thought it was that. Honest. Has correct plan. Whoa. No. Has correct plan. Test has correct plan. So course enrollment has correct plan. And then we just change that to be has correct plan, passing in the course and the user. Okay. Let's run the test and see. Whoa, no, wrong test. Ooh, no, it's failed. Oh. It helps when you put in the right group and run the right command, doesn't it? So again, it's going to do 2 because of the data provider that we're using, and has correct plan. Failed asserting that true is identical to false. Hang on a minute. Let's have a little look and see. see what this is doing. House correct plan. Why am I supplying the user? What has the user got to do with this? Oh, the user gets the... right, it gets the package. Oh, I see. I see. So it gets the package that the user is on. And what this is doing is it's saying, I'm going to do a join against the course, where the course has the right package. I'm going to have a look at the database for this one, I think, because I can't get my head around this. It's been one of those days today. One of them passed, right? So one of them did pass. So we've got something to look at, right? As how the data's wired up. Okay, so again, let's take a look at the ID of this particular user, which is this one here. So let's do, first up, let's take a look at the plans that this user has. So I'm going to do describe user for a second, just to see how this is all. Here we go, subscription plan ID. Then I'm going to do select subscription plan, subscription plan, plan, not plant, plan ID, where I should do from, obviously, from user where ID is equal to it's not on my clipboard. There we go. Oh, subscription plan ID in list. It's just there, I can see it. Select subscription plan. Subscription plan. From user. There we go. Gotcha. Okay, so now we can do is it show? Now we can do packages. So select all from package where ID is equal to this fella. Oh, hang on. I thought that was the case, or is it? Hang on. Getting confused. From package. Package is package. That's the table name. Do I need to put it in backticks? Aha. Aha, he says. Hang on a minute. No, wait. That's not it, is it? That's not it. So we get the package from the user. Are we saying that this user doesn't have any packages? Is that what we're saying? Let me have a look at my data fixtures. So we've got a user, a fixture here. What packages do packages per subscription plan is yearly, monthly, and it was this user here, which has free. Aha. Yeah, because it's free. Okay. So let's scroll down here. So we should have a section in here about setting the subscription plan. If subscription plan is instance of subscription plan. Yeah. Right. I think what's going on is that I'm selecting from the wrong database, from the wrong table. Lost it. Show tables. That would be good. Show tables. Thank you. Subscription _ plan. Let's describe that. I think this is the thing, right? Actually, let's just do select from subscription plan. where ID is equal to, and it's whatever that ID was that we were playing with, which is this one. No. Select user ID from course registration. That's the user ID. Am I using the user ID? I am. That's not right. That's not right. I should be using a completely different ID. I should be using that ID. Select subscription plan from user ID. Yes. That's the ID. Database 101. Here we go. It's free. Gotcha. Gotcha. And what this is doing, I understand now. It's mad when you're reading code that you've written such a long time ago. So what this is doing, of course, is it's marrying up the user's subscription plan to the subscription plan that is available on the course. Okay, so the thing with the test, which if we go back to the wherever the test has gone, which is off of here, it's because the ID of the course, which is this one, has, so that should be 1, the subscription plan, and the user has the right plan. This is, so the user has the right plan for this particular course. Wow, just wow, Pete, come on. Remember, this should now pass. Yes, because basically I'm saying that both of these are free, which they are. Anyway, let's come out of that now. Let's see, come on. Give me back my prompt. Thank you. Right. I thought I spotted some failures going on here for some reason. 401 matches expected 200. Table name or not found for DB tutorial registration. That's a bit weird. Let's run the tests again. That can't be right. We're now at 201 tests though, which is good. And hopefully we'll get to a point where we can actually write some functionality rather than just test the current stuff. But it's always good to make sure that you're running on stable ground, as I keep mentioning in previous streams. So this is we'll wait for this to go through the motions. I think as well, we also have a controller, which is for the particular thing, course, and we got the enrollment. So what I want to do is just make sure that we have an API test for this. I'm sure we do. Course enroll test. Here we go. So as a free user, I want to enroll on a course that is free. Okay, so that's the first test. Second test, as a free user, I want to enroll on the same course again. Okay, so this is doing a post request to these things. And then we should get that error. You have already enrolled in the course. Okay. And then here is, as a free user, I want to enroll in a course that it has a monthly package. So, you do not have the correct subscription plan, which is essentially what we've been testing, but in the sense of not via the API, via the actual database queries. So, Okay. Let's get rid of this one for a minute. So this is getting the enrolled courses. That's fine, I'll do that in just a second. I guess another test that I could do is that if I am a monthly user, that I am I can enroll in a monthly course. So this is I'm a free user and I want to enroll in a monthly package. So can I do another test? Let me just make sure that that is running through. It is. So let's just do enroll into monthly package. There's a G there. Let's get rid of that. Enroll on monthly course as a monthly user. So this should pass. So I need to change this to be type. No. That's not good. I need to have another set here. Damn. Oh, well, never mind. Type monthly. I need to do this anyway, I guess. So this is security credentials for these specific test types. So we've got admin, we've got system, we've got user free. So I need to put in another set here. And this is going to be user monthly. And I need to marry this up. I need to marry this up with so it's a password grant type. I think the client secrets and the IDs should be the same. The difference is the usernames and the passwords, which I've hard-coded as, data fixtures. So I should be able to get those back. So let's go to data fixtures and then go into user fixture. And we're looking for a monthly user, which is this one. So monthly test 1. Wrong file. So this is type monthly, and let's go back into here. That is this one, and I think the password I've left them as the same for testing purposes. User fixtures monthly test 1 2 3 4. Yes, I think that's what we have. Test 1 2. Yes. So what does this? I want to be authenticated with type system credentials type. Aha, and then we do the login. Fine, gotcha. Okay. So that should be that should come back as a 200 OK. Let me just. It should be pretty much the same as this stuff up here. There we go. Let's grab that, put that into there. Okay, save. Whoa, get rid of that. Okay, let's go back to here. It's running through the bits and pieces, so I may have just done it in time. I think I have. Because it's running through the tests at the moment. However, it hasn't picked that one up. Let me just get rid of this one and then run the tests again. I mean, this is the beauty with having repeatable tests. You can just kill them halfway through and then rerun them again. And with this project, I want to be testing this as much as I possibly can do. Because essentially this is the How to Code Well website, so it needs to be tested. Okay, let's go back to whilst that's going through, let me have a little gander and see on the controllers where we're at with the actual fetching of courses that I'm already enrolled in. So if we go to the course controller and scroll up, we've got enroll, we've got show. Not sure what my intention of that was. And we've got index, find all by package. What? Oh, no. Sorry, this is the course controller. Gotcha. So it's going to be doing the index for finding all of the courses by a free package in this case. And then this one is getting getting a showing of a course. Gotcha. This is enrolling onto a course. Perhaps I need to have another API, just a class here, that is specific to registration. Yeah, I think I might do that. How are we at with this? Yeah, whatever. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this, paste this in, and just change this to be course register controller. Not register, sorry, course enrollment. That would be nice. Refactor rename. And this is going to be so API course enrollment. We'll get rid of all of this stuff and we'll leave the enroll in. And this we're going to change the path. So this is courses and then the ID of the course in enroll. Courses enrollments. And I'm going to create a new one. So that the first one was enroll, and then this one is going to be get enrolled courses. So this one is going to get all of the registrations, essentially, so enrollments. In fact, we can just call this enrollments. And there's no requirements for this. And it's going to be a get request. Let me just see, have I broken any of those tests already? Yes, I have. It's because I've been changing classes. Let's just get it to a point where I can write code and run the tests at the same time. So we don't need this one in here anymore, so that can go. Let's just run I think let me just see. That's okay. So this is going to be API courses enrollments. I don't know. I don't think I like that. I'm thinking from in terms of the content management system. I want to have obviously a list of all enrollments. This one is for the user enrollments. So I'm considering this path because essentially this is user stuff, not. Now this is going to really break. This is going to break stuff because essentially this should be. If we were to do this correctly, it would be enroll, enrollment, and then the ID of the course, and then enroll. And then no, that's wrong as well. That's wrong. Enrollment. Naming things in programming is very difficult. API enrollment. Well, enrollments, right? That's all of the enrollments. That's something I can use for the content management system. And then enrollments ID enroll will be enrolling to the course based on that ID. And then what do we do here? Mine, I guess. So it would be API enrollments mine. bring that to the top of the playing deck. Course, so that would be now enrollments. That would be mine. That would be enroll. And then that would be everyone. So if I was just a placeholder, however, now I'm thinking this content management system doesn't use the API, so it doesn't really matter. But I guess from a future-proofing kind of point of view, mine, and then this is enroll. Hang on, have I gone screwed this up? Yeah, I have. Oh no, I haven't. I've just put in another one. This should be /, and this is going to be index. Gotcha. Okay. Let's put that as index. I'm gonna just get rid of this. This is just, I'm just putting this as a placeholder, just so I'm okay, whatever, I'm not going to worry about that too much. Although PHP Stan will hate this, so let's get rid of this. And obviously get rid of that, and then just return a new JSON response. So I'm just stubbing it, essentially. Come on, JSON. There we go, JSON response. Gotcha. Okay, so then that's getting all of them, right? All the enrollments, which won't be ever used, but I just want to have that placeholder. This one is getting all the ones that is owned by the person who makes that request. And then this one down here is going to actually do the enrollment. So let me just go through those URLs again. So API enrollments / gets all of the enrollments. API enrollments mine will get all of my enrollments. API enrollments with the ID and then enroll will enroll in that particular course. Okay. All right. I do need to change the test for this, because at the moment we're going off of on here. Now I'm looking at this URL going, actually, this makes sense. But really, it needs to be enrollments. Like that. If you think of it in a sort of a design-driven kind of manner, you're dealing with the business object of enrollments. Or you could argue it's a business object of courses. But too late for these debates. Okay, I'm going to leave it like this for the time being. I'm going to run the tests again. I'm going to run I'll run all of them. That's PHP beautifier fixing my unformatted code. That's some tasty gin. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going through the tests and making sure that massive change that I've just done hasn't broken anything. Okay, 34 tests now. Oh gosh, I'm tired. These tests, each one of these tests, if you're thinking, why are these taking so long, like 11 seconds and stuff, this is because this is doing an actual API test. So it's running an API in dev mode, so it's going to have all the caching turned off, and it's touching the database, and also for every test it's dropping the database and recreating it, so it gets to a stable, a continual stable state, which is what the data fixtures are all about. So it's not running the data fixtures, I should say, it's running a database dump that has been created after the data fixtures have been processed, and the data fixtures and the dump are kind of like in sync. Well, they have to be. So I'm really only concerned about the API tests at this stage. However, I will just let everything go through, just because we've done a lot of change. And then I'm planning this weekend to continue working on the Stripe integration. I've got it to a point where it's now picking up cards that are incorrect, and then logging that fact and also responding correctly to the front end. So that's good, but there's a big task involved in terms of doing fraud check and other bits and pieces like that I'm still reading up on and sort of learning as I go for Stripe. It's a different way of doing it compared to the other types of processes that I'm more familiar with. So it's a black box, but it's getting better. I'm understanding it a little bit more. Okay, so this is now doing course tests. Checking all the course APIs. There we go. This is doing the enrollments. Come on, green tick, please. Green tick. Green tick. Yes, we got a green tick. Okay, so that one works. Yeah, and then so once the Stripe stuff's done, it's then a case of working through the user interactions. So like forgetting a password, resetting a password, dealing with the profile sections. Ooh, there's a failure. There's a failure. As a free user, I want to enroll on a course with a monthly package. Hang on a minute. That is exactly the same as that one, is it? Is it not? So, hang on, wait. So, yeah. Let's just wait for this, all this to go through. I'm wondering, have I changed the I want section for these tests? So as a free user, I want to run, I reckon that's the same as this one. Yeah, it is. So I should have changed that to be as a monthly user, I want to enroll in a course with a monthly package, which should be true. Unless I have my IDs wrong. I'm a type user monthly. Anywho, let's just make sure that these all go through. So now this is actually communicating to Stripe as a test in the test account, which is why it's taking a wee bit of time here, because it's actually talking to an external service. And then here we're getting the tags. I guess what I could also do is in this terminal here, I could do I could come out of this and then do a make log critical, because that will return critical errors as the tests are running through. So this is now doing the integration tests, and there was also a failure there as well. Okay, looks like I've got a piece of work to do. 2 failures of 202 tests. Okay, so first of all, you don't have a correct subscription plan. This is the failure for the course enrollment. And then this one here is the API. This is returning, it's a 400, which is a bad request. It's a bad request because I think, if I'm right, isn't this... No, it is a post request. Huh. Alright, let's work on one at a time, shall we? That's probably the best way. So let's deal with the course enroll SES, this one. So let's take a look at this thing here. I should be able to run make test API. In fact, let's get a little bit more precise. Let's do it by the groups. That's probably best. So let's do bash again. Let's go into the actual Docker container, and let's do a reverse search to do code sept run, and this now is going to be an API, and the test we want to run, I believe, is that one. Let's try that. So this is just going to run this one test. As a monthly user, I want to enroll in a course with a monthly package. Okay, this has failed. So you do not have the correct subscription plan, is the error. Which is weird, because this to me feels like a data issue. At least I know that It's not a problem with the URL or anything. So this thing here, a monthly user. I am a monthly user. Let me see. Have I actually wired these monthly users up? So let's go to the user API controller. No, sorry. The data fixtures. That's what I'm looking for. User fixture. So it's the subscription plan is monthly. Okay. Subscription plan. Gotcha. Okay. So then I want to enroll in a course. So that would be course fixtures. And the course that I want to enroll in is wait, hang on a minute, sorry. It's the test. It's the API test. It is where is it? Tests, functional unit. No, it is API, and it's this one, and it's this ID here. Let's just make sure that that is a monthly subscription plan. So let's go to course enrollment, course fixtures. Okay, so yes, we do have packages of monthly on this particular one. PHP OOP design patterns. It is also active. Okay. That's not really helpful. So maybe it's the fact that it's a monthly oh my word, could it just be this? That should be monthly, I'm sure of it. Because this correlates to the index. Yes. So that was that was free before, which was correlating to this one, corresponding I should say to this one. Yikes. So let's just run that test again. Hopefully it was just a case of my mis-indexing. Okay. Yes, it was. All right. Okay, so that's one down. One more to go. So there was a problem with the that's course enrollment test this year. This is an integration test. Line 39, user has enrolled in course. The first ever, the second one, because this is index of 1, asserting that false is identical to true. So, if we went to here, course enrollment, and scroll down to the bottom, it's this. That should be 0, I believe. However, it needs to be 1 for the... Oh dear. Yeah, I see what's going on here. This needs to be. I need to grab another one of these things. Yeah, I gotcha. And that needs to be set to 0. And this is what's the has correct plan. So this is. Has correct plan provider. And let's just refactor this. So this is entity ID provider, but this is actually enrolled. So this is has enrolled provider. Yeah, has correct plan provider, and this is has enrolled provider. Let's grab that and scroll up to the top here. Gotcha. All right, let's just run those tests again. So this is a integration test now. So let's do Coming out of this, let's come out of that and then get rid of the API, change that to be integration. Let's just run all the integrations because it'll pick the other one up as well. Oh no! Has enrolled in course and has correct plan. Failed asserting that true is identical false. Asserting that false is identical to true. I'm obviously doing something wrong. Maybe I've yeah, I think I know what this needs to happen. This here has correct plan provider needs to be double. Have I put this into the right place? Yeah, I have. All right, let's just run that again. And I think this one needs to be set to 0. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Good. Let's run them all again. Just to be doubly sure. Alright, now, whilst that goes through, let's take a look at the controller for this. So, it's not that controller. I don't think I've got it open. Let's go to course enrollment controller. Enrollments. Mine. That should be mine. Alright. So now we need to test this one here. So this is, we're passing in mine. And what I would like to do is not pass a course in, it's just the user that we pass in. And what we need to do is we need to find, let's get rid of all of this for a minute. We need to find, we need to do this manager, and this one is find find enrollments by user, passing in the user. I mean, I know that this doesn't work yet. Then this is going to be courses or registrations, I should say. Registrations, or you know, if you really want to get clever with the words, it should be enrollments. And then it should simply be that, to be honest. So we find or throw an exception if we can't get the user, and then we get all of the enrollments based on that user. So we need to create that method. Why is this manager? What's all that jazz about? Course registration man. Oh no, we don't need the manager, we need the repository. Is that right? Yeah, no, we do need this manager. This manager is the course. The manager is the course. Yeah. No, sorry, I need to do it's a different thing, isn't it? It's this course registration manager. So course find enrollments by user. Is that right? Has enrolled. Yeah, I think that is right. Whoops. Obviously take that off. So what we need to do is we need to create this method in this class. So we need to do public function find enrollments by user. And so this is going to be the user that we pass in. And this is going to do query builder. Let's just copy all this and I'll alter it as we go. Query builder, it's not P, it's CR for course registrations. It's actually more like this one, to be honest. Whoops, this one. So let's use this one instead. Has correct plan. There we go. Paste that in. I just want to keep checking on my tests to make sure I'm not breaking them as I'm playing with the code. Okay, so CR is course registration. We're not joining on the course. We're just joining on the user. Like so, and where course is not that, so we can get rid of that, and where CR user is the user that the user has passed. So this is not going to get one or null, it's going to get all of them. Now I'm not going to deal with pagination at this stage, but this should be get result. Oops. So that should be, let's tidy that up. That should return, oops. It helps if you do a return, query or result. Query result. Let's get rid of that for a minute and then just see what the return is on this. So an int, a mixed, or a string. Oh no. That's not what I wanted. An int, a mixed, or a string. That should return. It's not an array result. It's not max results. It's not a scalar result, is it? Is it a scalar result? It's not a single result. Is it a scalar result? Could be that. Hydrate screen. Yeah. This is so execute. Get array result is execute with array. So they're just facades, aren't they? Get result. Hydrate object. Get the list of results for the query alias. This should be hydrated to an array collection, I believe. I think. So it should be get result. How's those tests going? We're still going through them. So far, so good. Okay. Is that what I need to do? Let's not get results, no. But anyway, that will hopefully get the results. And then what I'm going to do is, whilst these tests are running through, I'm going to just sort of build this API out a little bit. Obviously, we need to test the integration of this, and then we need to test the API as well. But I'm not going to do those yet. I should have done a failing test, sure, but like a TDD type stuff. But whilst the other tests are running, I'm not going to play with that anymore at the moment. Whoops, sorry. I'm not going to play with that whilst those tests run. Okay, so this is now going to do find enrollments by user, which will return int, mixed, or string. I just don't like that. There's something about that I'm just not a fan of. I thought it would return an array collection. Let me just see if I've done this before with other managers. Find all by package. This returns an array, and this set parameters, return query, get result. So how did I manage to do that? Did I just set that and PHP standards just accepted it? I suppose because it's mixed, it means that it's mixed. And I can set it. Okay, let's try that. So that returns an array. Okay, so that appears to be sorted. Find enrollment. I guess what I could do is run Postman to see if this works. So we'll just grab Postman for a second whilst the tests are working through. Oh, they're done. 202 tests and they've all passed. Well, that's good. 202 tests and they're all done. Okay, that's good. That's good. So what I'm going to do is run a test. I won't use Postman in it now. We will run the test first, and then we'll do the integration test. Yeah, we'll kind of work backwards, which is probably not the best way to do it. But I just want to make sure that this actually does return the correct thing. Course registration. No, that's not it, is it? It's courses enroll, and we're going to copy another one, which is this one, and this is going to be my enrollments. Okay, so we're going to go to enrollments and then mine, /mine. It's a get request, so send get. We're going to do it by we're going to do it by free user, because I think that's all we have for this sort of test. So as a free user, I want to get all of my enrollments. Okay. So this is going to fail, definitely, 100%. But it would be nice to see how it fails. Let's change this to be enroll. No, so this is get my. We'll just put in my enroll. Hang on, course. Let's tidy this up. Course enroll mine, and then I'm seeing a lot of red here. Why is that red? Expecting a statement. Where's that from? Oh yeah, that's not good. My enrollments, and then I think I need a. There we go. There we go. I thought something looked a bit fishy. So we want to trigger this one. So let's drag that over there, and this is, oops, this isn't a integration, it's an API test. -G, and then pass that in. Okay, as a free user, I want to get all of my enrollments, and this will fail. But at least I get to see the shape of the failure. There we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. So self, yep. Data, type, course registration, ID, attributes, active is true. What? Maybe I need to do this as a... Yeah, maybe I need to do this as Postman. Maybe that's what I need to do, because that doesn't look right to me. All right, let's load up Postman and have a little look. So, course API, course enrollment. Let's duplicate that and change that to be course. So mine. I know what that means. Course mine. So this is enrollments. /mine, and it's a GET request, and I will probably need to let's save that. Probably need to let's drag this up here a minute so you can see what I'm doing. Probably need to log in. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's go to the user API. Let's go to public and public login. But it's a free user. Let's see, can I change, let's duplicate that. So let's change that to be renamed to free user login, and then this one is rename that to a monthly. Oops, because I need to log in to get the bearer token. Get rid of the copy word. Alright, now update that and save this one and save that one. Okay, so let's see. This is going to go in as the free user. Can we do monthly? Possibly not. Monthly. Let's see. I probably don't think this. I doubt this is going to work. I'm not sure I've set the. Yeah, I haven't set them. Let's go to dev and let's set that. So I've got free user. Yeah, no, I haven't got that. So let's do month. Well, what's the woo? Let's get the variable names. So this is monthly username, and this one here is monthly user password. So the username is whatever is in the fixtures. So if we go into the fixtures, data fixtures, user fixtures, and it's the monthly user, which is this one. This is the This is the username, or the email, I should say. And then this should be the password. Groovy. Oops. Groovy. Okay, let's update that. Okay, let's save that. Or send that, I should say. This should give me a bearer token. No, it doesn't. Monthly user password. What's wrong with that? monthly user name, monthly user password. Have I got this around the wrong way here? Quite possibly. Yeah, I had that wrong. Alright, let's now try and do that. So we'll send that up, and we've also got a test here which changes the user token. So hopefully this is now going to get a bearer token. Yes, it does, specifically for this user, which now means that if I did, and we'll keep saving these things, if we did where course enrollment, course enroll mine, this headers passing in the bearer token authentication, authorization, user token, good. Hit send. It's blank. It's blank. Okay, that's not good. That's not good. That is not good at all. Let me think about how to deal with that. So let's step back through the API, through the front end, through the API. So we go to the controller, course enrollment controller, and so this is getting all the enrollments, and then it's doing a JSON encode of the enrollments of that particular user. And maybe I should do this as a free user. Let me just see. I just want to double check. Maybe I mean, that was a good thing that I did that, put in a monthly user, but I'm not sure I've enrolled yet with anyone on a monthly account in a testing base. So I'm just logging in as a free user now, and now I'm going to go to enrollments and run that. Not in no, cancel. Click on this one. This is what I want. Because I'm sure the test said as a free user. There we go. So we got the ID of the course registration. Aha. So what I need now is some more information about the particular course that I've enrolled in. This is just the course registration data. Huh. Okay, so we can do that by going to schemas. There should be a course registration schema. And then down here, yeah, active, updated, creation. We need to have some way to get the relationship of the course. Haha. Okay. So, think. User schema. I want to find one that has an example. Oh Christ, I've just seen the time. It's very late. I think what I'm going to do, because all the tests are passing, I think I'm going to leave this as it stands. And then I'll pick this up again tomorrow night. I think that's probably a good thing to do, because it's super late. I didn't realize what the time was. I must have been going for some hours. Hey, thank you very much. I can't pronounce your username, but thank you very much. Tess, I'll try it. Tessa Queen. Thank you very much for following. I do appreciate that. Yeah. So I will pick this up again in the coming evenings. However, I should say that this Sunday is the code review for the code challenges that we've got going, and I should say what they are before I shoot off. So if I go over to codechallenges.howtocodewell.net and load this up. So this is running in a Gatsby front end that we have built previously on stream, and the idea, I'll put this in the old chat here. The idea with this is that every month I give people a challenge to do, and we've been doing it since November, back in 2019, last year, and every month people will submit their challenge on our Discord server. So if you go over to the Discord server, I'll put in the link to that as well. Discord, can't spell Discord, there we go. howtocodewell.net/Discord. If you join, there is a coding challenges channel that you can submit your challenges to, and what I'll do every month is I will code review live on Twitch your submissions, obviously give you some constructive feedback on the project that you've done, on the challenge that you've submitted, and then after that's done, I'll give it a week or so, because I'm extremely busy, I will push it up to YouTube, and I'll show you the previous submissions. So if we went to, say, let's do February, for instance, this is how to encode a string. So we had 2 submissions for that one. So this is the challenge, and then down here is the actual code review, which I won't load, but this is going to the How to Code Well live YouTube channel. We've got 2 channels, the How to Code Well main one, and then the live one where all the live streams get archived. So I'll put that into the chat as well, YouTube. Cool. So that's the main one there. Anyway, this challenge that we're doing, which is a code review this Sunday, is if I go back to the homepage, it's a follow-on. It's the third part of building a fighting game. Now I'm not going to go through all of it because there's a lot to go through. If you haven't done this, done the previous 3 parts, then I do recommend going back through April and March and February to get an idea for what we need to do. But essentially this is like a battle royale game. It's all in JavaScript or PHP if you choose, but everybody seems to be doing it in JavaScript. And each of these challenges have different levels of difficulty. So this one again is, it's talking through the different battle rules, if you will. And this one, Level Master, don't use any frameworks. So that's what we're going to be doing this Sunday. And Sunday is the next stream. That happens at 14:30 British summertime. So yeah, and then what I'll do is Tuesday we'll get back to this. But I'm a freelancer, so during the day I'm working on other people's code, and then in the evenings I get back to building the How to Code Well website, which is this here, which is what I've been doing today, and trying to do the course enrollments. Anyway, I'm going to shoot off. I need some sleep. Thank you ever so much, everybody, for joining. Happy coding, everybody, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.